use your discernment. Your discernment is so important, right? Now, you got people who are real life agents out this bitch. Like, they might not even realize that they're agents. For real. They want to keep tabs on you. You might have a friend who's nosy as hell, always in your business, right? Sometimes it could be the person that you sleeping with. It could be the person you in a relationship with, right? You got to understand that when people ain't aware of themselves, they don't even realize the things that they are doing, right? And if you are someone who possesses power, right, through knowing yourself, through connecting with yourself, through being who the fuck you are, living authentically who the fuck you are, right? You don't think there's gonna be people who's trying to stop you from doing that? You don't think that? No, there's gonna be people who's trying to stop you from doing that. There's always gonna be people who's going to try to stop you from doing that. Literally, I like to journal, right? I like to write in a journal. I'm like, let me go look at my journals from last night. Or not from last night, what the fuck? Last night I looked at my journal, right? I'm like, let me look at, the first thing I ever wrote in this bitch, right? When I tell you, it went from me talking to myself saying, focus on you, this and that, to the next page being, oh, I just met this person and I'm about to give them my all, to the next page being, oh, this person played. It didn't work out. To the next page, oh, I'm going to focus on me. I'm focusing on me. To, oh, I met someone. I think they're the one. I'm going to see what this is. To then post again. Look, a fly. A fly done came into this. Like they say, a fly is a monitoring spirit. Right? Confirmation. Anyways. I go and I look at all these things and I'm like, as many times as I tried to focus on what I was supposed to be doing, there was a man who was sent to me to distract me from what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. Which is focus on me, which is do what I need to do to progress myself for the future, right? And so you got to be able to truly sit with yourself, reflect on what the fuck you got going on in your life, and really look at the people who are around you and understand that if these people ain't bringing you peace, happiness, joy, and abundance, they don't need to be around you. For real. For real. For real. For real. As this fly literally flies around. That fly didn't come in here until I started talking about this shit. Literally. You gotta be able to be so, like, you gotta be able to be so aware of what is going on around you that when these motherfuckers come in, you so focused on yourself that you say, hell to the no. I ain't doing that. No. No. Now, I feel like everything, you gotta have balance to everything, right? If you want to entertain somebody, entertain them. But at the same time, know to come back home to you. Know to really sit with yourself. Know to reflect on that situation. Know to put energy back into yourself. Because anything that you seek outside of you is a distraction. It's just what it is. I'm sorry. It is. And like I said, people don't even realize, like, you got to understand, we live in a world where so many people are so stuck in their head and they make unconscious decisions and they move through the world unconsciously, right? If you have the ability to be conscious, to be aware, to see what's going on around you, to have the gift of discernment, it's a gift for a reason, right? Use it. Use it. What is the point of having a gift if you ain't gonna fucking use it? What is the point? For real. I'm gonna share a little bit about myself, right? I was in a relationship for 5 years, right? That person was what you would consider a nice guy, right? But when it came to certain things and how he operated, we was just not a match. Like, he would get me up out my body. The things that he would do would piss me off so bad. Like, and it really took me away from me. Like, now I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on why he doing what he doing, right? And the fact of the matter is, do you think he was aware of that? No, but I was aware of it. So I had the power to choose. Am I going to continue to deal with somebody who is making me feel negative emotions? Or am I going to trust my own intuition and say, fuck that? And guess what? When I left, did the world end? No. When I left, I became so much more self-assured in who the fuck I am. And now that I have the distance to be able to truly reflect, now I see, motherfucker, you was an agent. You was sent to distract me from off of my path, and you was doing a damn good job at it. A damn good fucking job at it. So I say that to say this. You know who the fuck you are. Stop letting these motherfuckers distract you. Be on your motherfucking shit. Do what you need to do. And achieve what you're supposed to achieve. For real. For real. Who else gonna do it? Who gonna do it for you? Nobody. But you. The sooner you figure that out, the better. The better. The better. And I felt like I needed to say that because you got a lot of people who are in relationships and they ain't happy. They're not happy. They're not happy. They're not happy. Before you even let it get to a point where you feel like you can't leave that situation, get the fuck out of there. For real. But like I said, you know, that's just an example. That's just an example. But they everywhere. Trust and believe that they everywhere. Could be your neighbor. Could be a coworker. Could be a friend. Family. Always remember that you are divinely protected. But at some point, you got to learn to protect your fucking self. And I'm going to leave it at that.